All RC4 Magic Series 3 harmonized design devices can control a whole lot of different loads. They can do LEDs, they can do halogen lamps, they can ring telephones, and one of the coolest things is spin servo motors, the same kind of hobby servo motors that are used to steer hobby toy cars, and are also used a lot in puppetry to blink eyes, wiggle ears, make mouths move. It's a great way to do that. And then when you sort of push the limits and say we can build costumes, put batteries and small wireless dimmers on people, and have these things flying around in open space untethered and you're blinking their eyes, that is getting extra super cool. So let's look at how to do that today with a W-DIMm3. So it's a 3-channel dimmer that is paired to a Wireless Solutions W-DIMm3 transmitter, and driving the transmitter is this 088 Fat Frog console. And we're going to make this spin a servo using nothing but the console, RC4 One Touch with a pointer tool, and we'll be able to spin it in either direction, completely configure the whole thing without using a computer, special software, RDM, or any of the other complex things. This is equipment that everybody has. Console, transmitter, dimmer, paperclip, or some other small tool. So let's get started. RC4 One Touch Enhanced Mode lets you access every complex or sort of extended dimmer curve type, and the 2 curves that we use for controlling servos are 28 for clockwise and 29 for counterclockwise. Depending on the construction of the servo, you don't always get those directions. The gearing will vary. But let's start with the lower one. Level 28, if you look at the chart below, you'll see is the first direction for servo. So I have just brought up a channel. It's channel 24, which is what I want to use to control my servo. I've put it on a level of 28, and now I go over to my dimmer and I push the set C button because the control line on my connector to the servo is plugged into the negative side of dim C. So to put the C dimmer in servo mode, I push that button. You'll see the LED come on, and it looks on all the time. And now I'll connect the servo. Here we have a little servo motor, and when I move that fader up and down, we're now positioning the servo. Now suppose we've mounted in the puppet head blinking eye servos that are facing away from each other with the motors in the center of the head. So if we're going to assign those to the same channel, we still need them to spin in opposite directions for the eyes to blink in the same direction. So let's take this and put it on 29 instead of 28. And we'll poke the same little button because of course the servo is still connected to the C dimmer. That's spun over to the other end, and now it's spinning in the opposite direction. And I could put those 2 on their own dimmer channels, so I could individually blink the 2 eyes. It can wink at you and stuff. Or if we were trying to conserve channels, we could just put them both on the channels and have them blink naturally every once in a while, and they would go together. That's how you configure for a servo. And then another cool thing that we can do with a servo motor, my favorite little prop that I carry around is my projector dowser. So let's show that. Here we go. We are now dousing to true black using a little servo motor. What a great trick. Servo motors with RC4 Magic Series 3, Lumen Dim Series 3, and W-DIMm Series 3. It's a great little feature.